When I first joined the team, I was actually kind of like hesitant on telling people that I was playing rugby because I was afraid that they were going to judge me and be like, oh, you're gay or like you're dyke, blah, blah, blah. But now it doesn't affect me at all. I think I actually take so much pride in playing rugby. It's like I wear my rugby apparel around all the time and stuff, and I think it's great. And I think when people know that I play rugby, they're just like, wow, like she's a tough girl, and I like that.
No, it doesn't affect me really at all. It doesn't matter anything.
I don't think I mean, if there's a stigma, I think it affects me in a positive way.
What's the stigma?
The stigma is that, well, maybe that like, well, gay, which is not entirely true. Most of us are, but not entirely true. And I think, like, aside from that stigma, but it also could be like, girls are butch. Like, I mean, I'm not butch, I'm just me, you know? Like, I don't appreciate that. But I also think, you know, it makes me tough. Like, when I tell people I play rugby, they're like, oh shit, like, don't fuck with that girl. And that's a really good thing for them to know, because you don't want to fuck with me, because I am a rugby player.
The stigma of rugby, I don't know, I guess it doesn't really affect me. I like how it is. I like that people are like, oh, you play rugby, you must be really badass, you must be really tough. I mean, like, you are tough if you play rugby. Like, not a lot of people will play because it is crazy and, I don't know, you get hit a lot. So, yeah, that's all.
I guess there's a positive and negative stigma with it. The positive is that you're, you know, you're aggressive, you're intense, like you're tough, like you get shit done violently, which I like. And also the negative is that like you're stereotypically like gay or like a dyke or a butch or whatever, which I guess in the past has affected me, but not to a point where I would give a shit. So I like the positive stigma of it, and the negative I don't really pay much attention to. So.
The only difference is maybe the speed of the game. That's it, I guess.
I think the speed of the game is a lot different. I think girls are a little bit slower, guys it seems a little more intense and much quicker.
I guess the difference between men's and women's rugby is that men's rugby seems like more faster of a game. I feel like there's more runs and stuff, when women's rugby just seems like, I don't know, more technique and more scrums.
So I think that the guys play with more anger than the girls, and that makes it maybe a little more violent.
I think our women's rugby team here at New Paltz plays a lot harder than our guys a lot of the time, because they condition a lot more, and when we're having indoor practices, they're having full practices outside, full team, and everybody's working together and training really hard so they have a good season.
I feel like guys rely more on strength, and I actually think that a lot of times the girls have better technique, like the passing is better, stuff like that. The guys, it's more like, you know, they want to get the ball and they want to run fast and they want to hit somebody hard. I always thought, you know, the girls' game isn't as fast like that or as strong, but there's a lot more technique. I think there's more emphasis on that.
I feel like technically there's no difference, but it may seem like the boys' team is fast, like boys are faster and more aggressive and violent, but I really just think that has to do with the fact that men biologically are built differently, so like the way that they hit seems more intense for their, but it like equals out, like as women we have different bodies, so for us the pain that they feel playing is the pain that we feel when a woman hits us, just like a man hits a man, like, so I don't really see much different, like, I don't know. I think that we both should get the same amount of credit for playing the sport, because it's as intense for us as women as it is intense for them as men.
I agree. At our school, I think the women's team is much more dedicated. We just put so much into it, so much more, at least that I can see, than that the guys do.
You have to approach coaching women differently than you do with working with men. There are some men that are just kind of, you know, you could yell at all day and that's how they accept criticism. Girls, you have to kind of be a bit more understanding and more constructive, as opposed to sometimes brutally honest will damage a female's psyche more than it would a man's, in my opinion. I'm not saying that's necessarily true. but in terms of playing and coaching men to coaching women, coaching the girls is one of the best things I ever did. And I love it just as much as I did playing. There you go.
See, at least somebody's gonna pat a rally.
Here we go, mates!
Go, Cock! Go, Cock! Go, Cock! Yeah! Fuck yeah! Oh, you're crazy, bitch!
I'm a super butch bitch.